Podcast
Wicka wicka what?
and a who.
And a who? And a what? And a who? And a who? Yeah, it's going to be a long night.
No, in and out, turn and burn.
Sounds like a burger place, I know.
Yeah,
You guys saw I got you the notes. I
Yeah.
emailed you the notes.
that was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
That's my last one. My last Twiz.
Billy.
Somebody got moose or shit.
That's gross.
What's up, Sammy? I feel like I missed out yesterday.
Hmm?
I feel like I missed out yesterday.
For what?
David Wayne's? Wasn't David Wayne's yesterday?
You did miss out.
They're good people. Jason.
Great
time
people.
I love that name, David Wayne's. I want to start a place like that in Kutztown called like Clarence and
And
some other Dutch
and
name.
Peepaws.
Yeah.
Clarence and Peepaws. Dude, people just come in because of the name.
I know. It's such a cool name, David Wayne.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds like I could get a really good cheesesteak and beer there, too.
Man, you want to talk about just a super awesome shop.
Yeah, they got a nice place.
It's a real nice place. They take real good care of it.
Where is it?
Bethlehem.
I've been there. I went to look at a CJ there one time, years ago.
And the person that basically is the administrative assistant or whatever runs the place. She's
Right.
she's amazing.
Right.
Such a good, friendly with people.
Mm-hmm.
Knows how to talk to people. They just run a really good shop. So
Well, that's cool.
what's up, Andrew?
Yeah. Where's he's on?
Eating a Twizzler before we get rolling. Gotta get a sugar high.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Mike?
I don't know.
He didn't check in.
We should
Is he
probably
dead?
should we call 911 and send them to his house?
Yeah, definitely.
Call
Where is he?
FBI, CIA, missing persons report.
Yeah. Oh, seriously. I'm a little worried.
I will take those up for him, and I'll put them on Saturday night.
What?
The rock sliders.
Okay.
I'll bring stuff up.
Okay.
What? Which one? What?
Mike's rock sliders.
No, Nike.
Nike.
No, I was saying Mike. Mike, no
Right.
Mike Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
there for Nike.
Oh,
though.
Nike. Never mind.
Not Mike.
Well,
Dave Gerard.
Mike
what's
already
happening?
has them.
does he?
Mhm.
Oh. Well, problem solved. I'm not putting them on for anybody.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
That's me. Yep. My bad.
What's up, Mark? How you doing? Hey guys, we're gonna just shoot shit a little bit as we let some people get on,
Dave,
and then we've got a real good show lined up.
I am in need of a TJ radiator. Desperately.
Yeah. Does it have to be on the angle?
Well, that is a TJ radiator.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know
It's a
that.
stock TJ radiator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Groovy. Yeah,
But I think some more cooling. Ice cold.
ice cold.
Super cold.
The guy's frozen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like arm falling off frozen.
What's up, Troy? How you doing? Man,
Hey, has anybody checked the prices of rear differentials, like differential assemblies lately?
They're expensive.
Dude, it
Yeah.
seriously went up in price.
Mhm.
Like, big time.
Cats went up in price too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't surprise me. But not, I mean, did a cat double? Yeah, they
It
kinda
went from
did.
like 450 to
seven- 700?
610.
Okay, so it didn't double. I mean, some of these rears have doubled in price.
Yeah.
I called the junkyard for a Rubicon front this week, and the guy's like $2,600, and I barked at him. I'm like, you kidding me? I'll just get a new one for a couple $100 more. And then I opened Quadratec's catalog, and I'm like, nope, I'll probably be getting that one.
Right. What's up, Mike?
Mike, it was good talking to you too out in at the event.
Yeah, he's such a good dude, man.
He really is.
And I really, 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 really think we should do something in coordination with his place of employment.
I mean,
Definitely should.
I'm just saying.
Definitely
I
should.
would agree.
Um,
Definitely would agree.
oh, and we need to do a walk around of his 392.
Well, the 392 is looking beautiful.
It's for real.
Yes.
Who won the RTI ramp thing?
There wasn't one.
I thought they were.
Not
That
at
was-
David Wayne's.
that
It
was the
a week
weekend before.
Yeah, was it? Who won that one?
Define one.
Well, literally, who besides you had the most, the highest score?
Mike Harbeck?
Yeah. Harbeck? No. I don't remember. But yeah.
Hold on.
We got some things coming up soon, right?
Yeah. Mike Harbeck.
Was it Mike Harbeck?
Sharon. Yeah, Michael Harbeck.
He won that RTI?
Yeah.
What's he running for suspension?
I think he had he
Well,
has
his
his
TJ?
TJ. I think it was a combination of the short wheelbase and how high he actually got
Yeah.
up the ramp. But yeah, I think he won with like
Because he doesn't have. I mean, it's like literally a 2-inch.
it was like a
lift or
9
something.
something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the shorter wheelbase.
But it flexed out really well.
Yeah.
I think.
he's such a nice dude.
Not
too.
100% sure.
I just like people. I don't know. I know you hate people. I like people.
I like people just from a distance.
On the other side of the room.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I like people. I work with people all day long. So by the end of the week,
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm tired of answering questions and arguing and even chatting about things I enjoy.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk to my dog.
You do that often.
I definitely do that often.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she now just sticks her tongue out.
Mhm. Yeah, for our listeners, she's learned how to stick her tongue out.
That's awesome. What's up, Neil? My man, I haven't seen him in a while. Hope to see you soon, real soon.
We'll see him this weekend, right?
Should, yeah.
I can't wait for this weekend.
All right, we haven't done this in a while. I really want to talk about our vendors that are partners with us. It's fun. I was at an event driving by the BFG truck
Yeah.
and their people in my Jeep,
Mm-hmm.
and they literally ran over to ask me what exhaust I have on my
Oh, yeah?
on my Jeep.
Yeah, man.
And they were like, dude, that sounds absolutely amazing. I was like, it's a Pipes. You
Yeah.
should get yourself one. And I was like, yeah, if you want to know, we do have a discount code that you can
That's
use.
hilarious. Trade your discount codes.
I know, right?
So they do sound good. I've gotten compliments on mine, too.
Yeah, yours. I like yours as a nice. I would like to. Here's what we should do. Anytime one of us takes a long trip,
Yeah.
we take your exhaust.
Okay.
We just take it off.
Put it on yours.
Right. And
I actually, but mine has, like, when you stand on it, it's not loud, but it gets a real throaty
Yeah.
kind of. I at first I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna be enough for me, but I
Yeah.
dig it.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Their discount code, free shipping, from them is free shipping, which is a better than discount.
Mhm.
Trust me on this. Is Jeep Life, and that goes for cold case radiators as well, which I put mine through the paces this summer, because we put mine on, I think, last fall. And so it
CJ
wasn't
radiator.
a good call out of that. But
Mhm.
this summer, I have
Definitely.
had 10-hour drives. I've off-roaded a lot. I've done all sorts of things that you would think would stress out a radiator, and it's held up. So discount code for cold case, Jeep Life. Just one word, Jeep Life.
Nice and easy.
Same as Pipes.
Yep.
Free shipping code
Yep.
on both of those. And
Which is a ton because the shipping is expensive.
yep, and our thanks to both of those guys
Yep.
for making that happen. I love it. Yeah, and I literally love being in the Armalite booth and cranking up the Jeep.
I love
and showing how quiet it is actually in the front seat,
yeah.
even though I have an aftermarket exhaust that's really loud, and I love doing that.
And that's what I think I like about mine. Like if I'm cruising on the highway, I barely hear it.
Yeah.
Like we did a road trip this weekend with the boys. Saturday we went out and did some not light wheeling even, but some exploration stuff.
Yeah.
And on the highway I just set the cruise and I don't hear it. But if you stand on it, I mean it's not as loud as yours, but it makes noise and I like it. Like it's good stuff, man. I'm into it.
Cool. But one of the reasons it's so quiet is because you have that armor light and I have that armor light.
Yes, it is.
And that's they're an awesome thing. They just did this summer wheel well covers for the back.
Yep.
For the JKs. They've given us a discount code as well. They're amazing people. Jeep Life Podcast 10. It's a really long one.
It is a must if you have kids. Seriously.
Kids and dogs.
Yeah.
I think dogs even more so than
Yeah.
kids.
Well, so I just pulled my other carpet, my old carpet that
I
replaced, that I use the armor light to replace, and I opened it up. I'm like, I'm wondering what kind of condition it is. Like, do I want to throw it out because I was cleaning the shop out?
Yeah.
It's full of gum. It's full of,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And the armor light it's not that stuff hasn't been there. Like there was a Jolly Rancher stuck to the carpet. Literally, there was not. I mean, all that stuff.
But that was your Jolly Rancher. That wasn't the kids.
110%. But anyway, you know, it's so easy to clean up.
Yeah.
So durable.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. So our thanks to them for being a partner. Jeep Life Podcast 10. They took really good care of me at the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. So
yeah, they're a great partner.
Thanks to them for everything they do. Power tank.
Oh, it's good stuff.
You know, it's funny because all this stuff is good stuff, right? It's not stuff, but it's stuff we use. We literally use this stuff.
Yep.
You know, and I bought my power tank, and it is fantastic. I finally got it remounted in the Jeep. Am I perfectly happy with where I have it mounted? I'm not sure, but it's good. But that's not Power Tank's fault where it's mounted. It's my own. They've got 15% off of a full system. Yeah, that's a great deal.
We were just in the Power Tank booth up at Mid-Atlantic Overland Festival, and the amount of people that just soaked this stuff up, like just ordered stuff like crazy, because they recognize. Just like you and I did, once you get that in your hands, you recognize the quality and the the universal ability of it. You can use it for so many different things, and they make so many great accessories. Quality stuff.
Yeah. So jump on that Power Tank. Jeep Life Pod 15 is the discount code, and you're right. I think it's one of those things you literally have to see it happen. Or you don't.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't get it.
Absolutely,
you don't understand.
It wasn't a big deal until Scott and Ron did a class. Using it, and then people came in flocks and ordered the stuff, and I'd say to anybody, like, if you're gonna do some serious off-roading, overlanding, hardcore wheeling, whatever, it's a must.
Yeah, for power tools alone.
Yeah.
I mean, Billy, you and I've been out when we've had to do trail repairs.
Wait a second,
right?
You're talking to Break It Billy,
and having an impact, having an air impact wrench.
Yeah, it works. Works very well.
Right there on the trail, done.
Yep,
done.
Their new Pro Eagle system, though.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Jack it up, use it also for the impact, and then pack it all back away.
Yeah,
100%.
Using a Power Shot bottle.
Yep.
I love it. Cool. Off-camera lighting, 20% discount is Jeep Life Pod.
Still love my little pen light.
Yeah.
Use it all the time.
It's a great thing to have in your pocket. It's perfect for around the shop and wherever you happen to be. We're camping like we've got coming up. We've got some camping coming up.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And I've gotten to the point I don't like big flashlights when I go camping because
I keep one big flashlight.
It destroys your eyesight thing going on for night light, but having a pen light like that just to be able to.
I have a nice headlamp. I wonder if Off-Camber makes a headlamp. I could use a new one.
Yeah.
Have to look and see.
We'll have to look and see.
Order one off. They have a website, right?
They do have a website.
Yeah.
I'm going to look right now.
All right, everybody. Go ahead and share this out. we're going to go ahead and hit that record button. I know it's kind of a little bit late. Today was a busy day as a
As human beings. Anybody wonders, it's oclights.com.
perfect. What's up, Jerry? All right, Roy, what's happening? I am going to hit that button, get us rolling. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're going to be that podcast that celebrates the Jeep life and dances. Whenever we come on screen, I think Break It Billy.
Sup?
How you doing, man?
I'm tired. I've been working in the garage all day. What else is new?
You've been fixing it. Fixing it.
No, I mean cutting it.
Cutting it. Yeah, you are definitely cutting it.
Really, I did the catalytic converter / exhaust manifold on my JK, and then now I'm working on the exhaust manifold on the truck.
Yeah.
Which is not going
You
well.
only have a few days to get that ready. You got to get it done. Fix it, Billy. Fix it, Billy.
Well, 5.5 of the bolts are ground off.
There's 8?
There's
Yeah,
8.
There's 8.
What's your
Yep.
plan to get the studs out, or the broken half of the bolts?
Come across that. Get
Let's
across
cross-
that bridge
yeah.
when we get there.
Yeah, let's just get the damn thing off.
You know what? Shut the hell up, Don. All right?
Just trying to get you prepped, man.
All right, Dr. Don, how you
I'm
doing,
going to
buddy?
start spraying
I'm all right.
them.
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had a nice ride with the boys yesterday. We went to Constitution Boulevard in Allentown, which goes around the back of the Lehigh Mountain, between the mountain and the Lehigh
Yeah,
River.
yeah.
And so I lived right above. I grew up right above that,
Okay.
and they actually turned it into some kind of park and ride park now.
Oh, cool.
So it's cool. It was really cool anyway to just sort of travel the dirt road with the boys, and we stopped at a couple like spots that I remembered as a kid, you
Yeah.
know, running around. And
Was it overgrown? Or
no.
was it still
It's
well
it's
kept?
not well kept. It's better than it was, but it's not perfect. But you know,
Right.
it was pretty cool. And then it's funny because in the Lehigh River they're racing jet skis, which was pretty wild.
Now, you could have said, hey, what do you think they're racing in the Lehigh River right now? A canoe? A kayak? A boogie board?
How about a 700 horsepower jet ski?
That was not where I would have gone with that.
I was like, "What's up?" I didn't know they put a sport bike track over there. So I walked down by the river, and I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Those things go, man.
There were some serious jet skis.
Now, is it
man.
just straight out, or is there slalom courses?
No, it was just a bunch of guys blasting around.
Blasting around.
It was nothing official.
All right.
It was definitely ghetto cool though.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to bring us down for a minute before we pick it back up. Today is 9/11, and 21 years ago, a very bad thing happened in our nation, and it for me, literally when I got here earlier today, and hung out in the garage with Billy, and then Don showed up. That was the most words I actually spoke all day. And this is typical for me every September 11th. I was actually in New York and watched the whole thing kind of, it changes a person. And our thoughts from the Jeep Life podcast to all those that were affected, all the first responders that didn't make it out, and those that did but were exposed to chemicals and are trying to, live. And so our thoughts to all of them. Take a minute and think about that day and remember that day. I know for most of us it's a never forget situation. My kid will never understand what it was like because it's 21 years ago and
Yep.
she's 15.
Yeah.
But we have been to the memorial. We have done those sort of things, and she kind of gets it.
I remember watching it on TV.
Yeah,
I was 6, though.
you were young.
I was very young, but I still remember it.
Yep.
I felt angry this year.
Did you?
Might have been the whole year though. I don't know.
Probably the whole year,
Yeah.
Don.
Yeah.
No, I legitimately felt. I was talking to my kids about it at breakfast this morning. I felt angry this
Yeah.
morning.
Well, I think as a nation we've grieved, right, for a while, and now there's
Well, I think anger is part of the grieving
Yeah.
process. I mean, grieving it takes different forms, and I think I'm at this point where like I'm bitter about it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
not that I can do anything about it, but
Yeah. Well, but so, I don't want to stay on this too long because I think we've got a great show coming up, and but I did want to kind of remember for a moment and let's be thankful for what we have and those around us, and cool. So yesterday, I kick myself because
You always do.
I know things came up. Always, and my schedule got rearranged. But I wanted to go to Dave and Wayne's for that 4x4 show, and I didn't make it because I had to take my kid to her practice and pick her up
Happens.
and all that stuff.
That happens. But you know what? I gave a great representation of the podcast and Break It Billy and everybody else. So,
Yeah.
I made up for it.
Yeah. Well,
I was there.
Well, I will go ahead and tell you that our second vehicle is there right now.
Oh, well.
It was dropped off to get some repairs done. So, and David Wayne's take good care of it. Will you?
did you figure out what was leaking on it?
Oh, it's
Right.
coolant.
No, I
It's-
know that, but is it?
No,
is
I
it
didn't
coolant?
I didn't find out where, but it was a lot of coolant. I mean, like it would dump like a gallon at a
really,
at a time.
it's got to be a hose or a radiator.
Well-
There's nothing else, and
I mean, yeah, that's
water pump would have been just the one side and
more
on the side of the car.
because that engine sits
It's
90 degrees.
right. It's
Right.
front wheel drive,
Right.
so it's
Um,
horizontally mounted.
so I don't want. It almost seemed like it was coming from kind of the left side, but it wasn't as far out as where the belts were.
Right. No,
Right. So,
it would have been back further too. The picture looked like it was all kind of up front.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it they're good people, and we
Mhm.
talked about this actually
Mhm.
before we jumped on. They're how good of people they are, and so there's a shop we take our stuff to. So
Okay.
well, my Jeep comes to your shops, but hers we take
Mhm.
there because we trust them. They're good people, and it's a chance for me to see our friend Wayne and wave at him when I can. So that was my catch up.
Okay.
Anybody got anything else they did fun?
I just the ride with my boys. That's it.
Yeah.
Wrenching,
Wrenching.
Organizing.
figuring. Yeah.
Teaching,
about it.
organizing the shop.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Oh, well, that's full swing now. I mean, you're in.
Man.
Like you're elbows deep. As
12
they say.
hours a day, 6 days a week.
Yeah.
For those that don't think teachers work hard.
Yeah.
For those that know we don't. 40 hours.
Right. We did get a mailbag of sorts. We got 3 mailbags, and they're real quick, so I just decided I was going to do them. We got an email from our friend Dave Desson, and I wish I knew where he was from. It doesn't include that in his emails, but if Dave, let us know where you're from. If when you hear this, send another email. We try to do our Jeep wave to all oncoming Jeeps, unless we're distracted.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I put it out to all the Jeeps, even if they're across street. Is that right or wrong? And that's a question.
I don't think there's any wrong in it.
No, I don't either.
So I have my own little code
All right.
to say.
All right. Let's hear it. Break It
So-
Billy's code of ethics.
Well, code of waving to other Jeeps.
Yeah,
Let's
all
put it this way.
All right.
So obviously all Wranglers,
Yep.
CJ, YJ, TJ, JT,
MB,
JK,
whatever.
JL.
Yep.
I wave to, right?
JT isn't included in that Gladiator.
Yes, Gladiator.
Yeah, all
I
right,
said
cool.
JT.
Cool.
Now, if it is a built, all Jeeps matter,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. So if it's KJTX, whatever. So, the standard XJ. If it's built
Yep.
XJ, I'm definitely going to wave to it. Cool, good for you, man. I used to be you. I'll
Right.
definitely give you a wave.
Right.
If
I
it's
used to be you, like he's on a different
No.
level.
I used to be a peasant. I've worked my way up.
No, I just bought my way up. There's
There
a
you go.
I don't know if
difference.
there's a way up. That's how freaking hobbies get ruined. That's
I
like
know, right? I know.
Nope, no way up. So, either way, still going to wave to everybody that has a built rig. I sometimes even catch myself like waving to a Bronco that is, look nice looking, and you can tell there's some better tires and this and that.
All right, so I'm gonna jump on with you.
I'm just more of like a, hey, you got a cool build, like
I'll see if I see an FJ
I wouldn't
that's
go that
built
far.
up. That's built up. You could tell that they've put time
okay,
and money
yeah.
in it. I'm going to wave to them.
Maybe
I really am.
if I catch it.
But it's not going to be my cool Jeep wave. It might
No,
be,
like-
it might be a Forrest Gump full
Hi, guys.
wave or something. But I'm going to wave to them, and
Life's a box of chocolates.
yeah, right. But yeah, and the question of on the side road, if they're turning onto your road, or you're turning onto their road and they're passing in front of you, do you wave? I tend to, right? But I don't know. What do you?
I was.
You
gonna
don't wave at anybody.
No, I once in a while. Do what makes you happy. Don't
Yeah.
worry about what anybody else thinks. If it makes you happy, wave to them. You want to wave to Bronco owners? Do it. Makes you happy? Have at it.
Yeah.
Life's too
Yeah.
short.
Well, I grew up in the country and on country roads, and you basically from your steering wheel, if you will, there was a system. If they didn't know you, you'd get a full 4 or 5 fingers,
Okay.
but they all waved at
Mhm.
you, right? If they kind of had seen you around, you'd get 3 fingers. If you get more acquaintance, 2 fingers. Best friends, 1.
What if
Or-
they're an asshole?
Oh, then that's the other 1 finger.
Gotcha.
But and then there's just the nod too.
Yeah. What's the nod? Is that like get the hell out of my road?
It
Get off my road.
might be,
Yeah.
or it might be like your best friend in the whole world gets the nod because you both understand
Okay.
things. But so I try to wave to as many people that are in the activity as we are. I'm not gonna. A Yoda is not going to get a wave to me unless I can tell that it's been built and is purpose built.
Mm-hmm.
But they might get away from me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be the true Jeep wave, however
Right.
you do, but
Right.
they're going to get some sort of acknowledgement from me.
Sometimes all right, I'm not going to bullshit anybody. I really don't wave.
I knew that.
Just-
I
drive it.
will actually, when I'm in the Jeep with you, I got this.
Yeah, you'll
And
wave.
I'll
I
wave.
know. That's everybody that. I got your back. No, you don't have to. It's good.
Right. No.
But
So our thanks to Dave for that question. Hope we answered that. And let me know where you're from. Give me an address. Give me something. All right.
City,
G-
state,
something.
something.
Our friend Dustin Gould, he wrote
Gould.
asking for podcast stickers because I said, hey, last week.
Absolutely. Well, if
Let
you
me
want
know.
more podcast stickers, definitely send us an email at info@jeeplifepodcast.com.
You do it. And this is a friend from Edmonton, Alberta,
To be
Canada.
honest with you, if you want a podcast sticker, even you can leave a comment or message us on Instagram, Facebook,
Patreon.
Patreon.
Do it some way that there's a DM involved.
Yeah, if there's
so
a
that we can
DM,
get your address.
just send us an
Yep.
address. We'll put, a sticker or 2 in an envelope and send it your way.
Yeah, so it's another Canada voice. It's already in the envelope, ready to go. I'm just saving up the money because I know the postage to Canada.
It's going to cost a little
It's
bit.
going to cost a little bit. I did apply for a mortgage for the house to pay for it, but
So
I'll get them up this week.
Cool.
Danny Smith, same thing, from Cloverdale, Virginia. I can afford the postage to him. But if you want to help out with the postage, go to our Patreon. Be a supporter. As you know, this stuff isn't free. I would like to think it is, but it isn't free. All right, so those are our mailbags. I appreciate everybody sending us something by email. Do a voicemail, 484-891-1172. We'll play it on air. Or if you send us an email or DM, we'll actually read it on air, and thank you for that. We got some events that have been registered up. We're not going to all of these, this should be clear. But if we can, we will. But if you or your Jeep club or anybody else has an event you would like to have us have listed here, do it. We'll be happy to put it out there. Where are we going, or what's the plan?
Well, next weekend we're going to be heading out to the Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania Fall Trail Ride, and that is at AOAA, Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Association. And we're going to be hanging out with Dave Porzy and all the great staff up there. So if you see any of them and you're up there with us, give them a thank you. Say, hey, you guys are doing great, number one. Number two, say hi to all the guys from Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania. If you don't see us, we wish to see you sometime soon in the near future. The next day, we're going to be hanging out with Go Fox Adventures, Quadratec, Tread Lightly, for their 50 for 50 trail cleanup. So that is Quadratec, Tread Lightly, Go Fox Adventures, Jeep Life Podcast, Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania. We have so many big names that are going to be hanging out at AOAA for a trail cleanup, and that is part of the 50 for 50 initiative, which Quadratec and Tread Lightly are partnering to do 50 trail cleanups in 50 states over the next 2 years, which that's awesome.
It's a big undertaking,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that we're going to be a part of it.
Neil and me.
Yep.
Neil, you're part of us.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And then on actually September 23rd, I think the Jeep Life Podcast is going to be heading up for a special event at AOAA.
Oh, that's right.
Which is the Mammoth Trail ribbon cutting. It's going to be a great time up there. I think there's going to be a couple rigs being showcased out on the trail. I know they're doing a full ceremony of opening up the trail to the public, and you still have to call to actually get on it, but I think it's going to be a good time, and also they'll be showcasing some of the features and benefits of having that trail up there. Next up is the very next day, September 24th, for the second show and shine in Mosaic, PA.
Moosic,
Pennsylvania, which is Genesis Jeep Coalition, supports the First Responders and Children's Foundation.
Yeah.
Cool.
So go help them out.
Let's go look on Facebook for that event. Also, the very next weekend, which is, October 1st, Fall New Jersey Jeep Invasion in Ocean City, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'm going to make that one.
I thought I was going to try to. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But that very same day is Creekside Farm Glow in East Berlin, which Jeremy Rowe is going to be showcased as one of their class acts. You know, we know Jeremy. He was on the podcast. He sings Jeep Thang, Jeep Girl, Jeep. I don't know what else he sings either. But he's a country guy.
Yeah, he's a country boy.
So
Oklahoma boy.
Yep.
Nice
Absolutely.
dude, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's like 43 kids, though.
No.
That's a country boy.
Right.
You got
It is for sure.
Very next weekend, we're going to be heading, we're not heading, but it is the Bantam Trail Fest 2022. That is in Bantam, Pennsylvania.
Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yep. All right. Close enough.
And they do a good job. It's going to be all trail. It's not going to be really vendor related like the Bantam Jeep Fest is. But it's very cool.
Next is October 22nd, Boo at the Zoo, Creepy Jeep Fest at Cape May Zoo.
Yeah. That's a blast.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll try to make it down for that one.
Hopefully.
I don't know.
Who knows? And then November 12th to the 13th is Virginia Beach Jeep Fest.
In Virginia Beach.
In Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Virginia.
Really? I thought that was in Florida.
Well, it's the northern part of Florida. All right. Well, those are all the events that we have on our calendar right now. lots of stuff going on this fall. Again, if your club or anything that you're associated with has an event coming up, get it to us and we'll put it on our event calendar. It's a lot of fun. And we'll try to attend some of them. And now on to our main topic, because September 8th was Jeep 4xe Day. And I don't know about you guys, but it was like Jeep had a little keynote event.
I know.
Kind of akin
This is
to
a lot
small
bigger deal
Apple.
for you than it was for me, obviously.
Right. It was a small little, keynote event, and it was all about the 4xe and Jeep's plan over the next.
Oh no, it was great. It's just
couple
I'm
years.
laughing at my ability to completely have missed it. Terry, I was like, Terry today. The story is Terry today is like, we should talk about it, and
I kind
I'm
of
like, oh
missed
yeah,
it
well
a little bit.
when is it? And he's like, it happened already. I'm like,
No, you said, all right, cool, we'll talk about it. We'll make our predictions.
yeah, which we totally did last week too, and I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah.
But yeah, so the 4xe Day, they really did it in a couple different ways, press releases and stuff like that. But they did a video,
Yes.
and the video is up on Jeep.com. It's cool. You got to check it out.
So it was kind of the video was sort of, it reminded me of like Quantum Leap. Like they were kind of bouncing around through that portal that was part of the grill, you know, and but I found there's a whole bunch of stuff online about it. A lot of videos. There's not a whole lot published. So I found a whole bunch of videos and just kind of dissected them for our notes, and out of my own curiosity. But yeah, so they made a big deal about this.
Yeah, they did.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into this, the first video that I watched and dissected was the actual Stellantis video.
Yep.
And at the end, there's a disclaimer that things may change and they're not liable.
Oh, I watched
for it.
that
So,
all the way through,
yeah,
and it was like,
yeah,
this is not a legally binding contract,
Yeah,
and this
no.
is subject to change no matter what, and depending on
Yeah.
So pretty
supply,
much
demand, this, that, and the other
yeah,
thing.
right. Pretty much, this is kind of cool, and
They
but
gave-
it's
This is like
probably
our
not what you're
3
going to see.
this is our
in 3
3-year
years.
plan.
Yeah,
They gave themselves an out not to
Right.
do any of
right.
that.
I mean, some of that stuff is pretty damn ambitious.
It really is.
Yeah.
So they talked about 4 different models. Only 2 of them really pertain to us in the States.
Right.
Yep.
So
Right.
let's focus in on those.
Okay.
Um,
Well, no, 3. The Wagoneer S will be coming to the States.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Wagoneer S, the Recon. Yeah, you're right. That's it.
Right, too.
Yeah.
Well, also, and then all other models of Jeep will be offered with a hybrid version.
Right.
So,
right. They're expanding.
By 2025, all luxury brands will be BEV, and then what was it? 2030, there will be an option for everything, or
Yep.
2025 there will be an option for everything across the board,
Yep.
which either may be all electric or some kind of hybrid, like you said, Billy.
It seems like they're just referring all their electric programs, hybrid or not, as 4xe.
Yeah.
Is
Absolutely.
that what you gathered from that?
I don't know. It's so hard to tell. Like, there's a lot of things that were sort of implied, but not factual enough for me to.
Yeah, but all the
I kinda
branding,
got
all the
that.
branding and
Well,
everything
on the
was
back of the-
4xe.
On the back of the Recon, it said 4xe Moab.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I get that. Maybe I don't know.
yeah. So the first one is the Wagoneer
Right.
S, which is a luxury SUV.
Yep.
And
S stands for sexy.
And striking.
and speed.
Right.
But they made it clear that those 3 items were the things that were listed, and 600 horsepower in an SUV.
0 to 60.
Hurspers.
Yeah, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Now that's not unbelievable. I mean, electric
for-
motors are incredible. But what is the fact that they're claiming a 400-mile range and still being able to do that?
Yeah.
Now, I doubt if you
If
do
you-
that
if-
a bunch of times, you're going to get 400 miles
Yeah.
just like
No.
a gas engine. But still, nonetheless, you know. And I dig the styling of it.
It does look good.
Yeah,
It does.
I even like the grill, and some people may say it's an abolishment of.
Now, to be honest with you, I'm okay with Jeep kind of leaving the 7 slot behind and making nods to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what that does. It's
Absolutely.
no longer 7 slots,
Right.
but there are 7
That's kind of how I took
things
it too.
that look like it should have been slots at
Yeah.
one time, kind of
Yep.
thing. And I think that's fine, as long as the Wrangler maintains that 7 slot look. Yeah, do it.
And I think again they implied that the Wrangler was going to always lead the charge.
Always.
Like
Yep.
that is, and it's the number 1 bestseller in the SUV market, the
100
hybrid SUV market by far.
Yeah,
It is.
100% what keeps Stellantis going right now and gives
absolutely.
them the ability
Yeah.
to do these sort of things.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see GMC Terrain podcasts.
Nope.
No. So it is a major redesign, and it's kind of leaving the Grand Cherokee behind. And it's what it seemed like to me.
Kind of. I mean,
That-
also,
Well, no, I think they're going to keep it because they just came out with the Grand Cherokee L 4xe.
true.
And they did
Yeah.
have the 4xe Grand Cherokee L in a lot of the videos.
Yeah, true.
So I
true.
think they'll probably keep that in the lineup. I think that Wagoneer is going to be high end.
High-end luxury.
Yes. Yep.
That's fair.
Yep. Yeah.
Europe gets the Avenger,
Yes.
which looks like the Fiat.
Which
It's actually
that's
smaller
okay.
than the Renegade.
Is it smaller
it's
than the
smaller than the Renegade? Is considered a subcompact. They say there's no market in the U.S., but it may eventually end up coming to the U.S. because there's a lot of people asking for it already.
Yeah.
Since they've made the announcement.
Yeah.
And I think if like honestly, I would drive one back and forth to work.
I would agree.
Sure.
I mean,
As a commuter vehicle, absolutely.
I'd have to charge it every day, but yeah, I would.
Yeah, well, where the hell am I going to do that? I have no place to do that,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Solar panels or something at night.
You're right. Now the big news, the big reveal, a brand new vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Which I am gonna be excited to see how people react to it.
So the Jeep Recon, still
Slash
concept
Ford Bronco.
slash Ford.
Doesn't it?
I thought it looked like a Jeep. I don't know. It looked like a Bronco and a Defender had a baby.
That's somebody else had made the reference to Defender. I thought it looked like a Bronco.
It definitely gives me Bronco killer vibes.
Yep.
Like it was designed to say, I know you just came out with this new vehicle, Ford, but even though you're trying to copy us, we're going to copy you and do it better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is what it looked like.
You think so?
I would 100% agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the thing that struck me is when the guy walked beside it, when he first showed it on the screen, it had real Renegade vibes to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, they've just taken a Renegade and made it and
Right.
then he walks beside it and it's big.
Right.
It's not small. It looks like
It is big. It's a larger vehicle. Because at
right.
first when I saw it, I'm like, I wonder if that has third row seating in it. It looks that big.
And
Which it does.
I think it comes 32-inch wheels is what they're touting it to start with.
Well, they didn't release it, but a couple different videos I watched are saying between 32 and 33.
Yeah,
inch
I pulled
based
in
on-
and
but you couldn't. Did you notice any? Like I did the same thing. So I paused it and then I cut the picture. I screen snipped it
Yeah.
and I blew it up. But you can't get the
No.
tire size
No.
anywhere. You can see that they're KO2s, but you can't get the
No.
tire size.
I felt the placement of the axles was very interesting for me.
Well, there is no solid axles.
Right.
It's
IFS.
independent. Yep.
Right.
It's looking like it's independent all the way around. Again, they didn't say it, but if you look down the underside,
yeah.
there's no pumpkins.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the placement of that is further back and further forward, or maybe the front end and rear end are
Right.
cut off.
So that
a
was
little bit.
one thing that they called out was departure angle, breakover angle, and approach angle was going to be leading in its class.
Yeah. And they said they used the word aggressive was the
Mhm.
exact word that
Yep.
Stellantis used.
Yep. So, and it is fully electric. There is no
Right.
gas engine in it.
Right.
They even show a picture with the doors off.
I know. And they said
Wild.
it's the doors off capable too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, you're supposed to be able to take the doors off. So
I like that they're incorporating the Sky One touch,
The
so
one.
you can
Yeah.
just push a button. And I've seen that in action. It is freaking sweet.
It is really.
it's
really
actually
nice.
a pretty complex system too. So
Yeah.
I went for training on that years ago when it was in the Liberty. They
Right.
introduced it in the Liberty, and it's a pretty serious setup.
Yep.
Hence the money.
Right. You can remove the rear windows.
Yes, I saw that. Like the Wrangler with the
The
Sky One.
Yep.
Sky
So
Touch.
it's very reminiscent of that. It'll be interesting what they're going, because they know that the Jeep Wrangler is a modular
Yeah.
vehicle, right? They designed it that way.
Mhm.
Has this been done with the same kind of
I would
of
assume
intention?
they are.
um,
Bumpers, front, rear, I would say number one, number two. It's not going to be like a Jeep bumper. It's going to be more of a, I don't know.
New. It's going to be the next new thing. It'll
Yeah.
probably be more of a module where it incorporates the bumper and the front skid plate. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it looks like in the pictures.
Because
too.
it does have skid plates.
It's
it-
fully armored underneath. Yep.
It seems to have some sort of locker technology. They kind of
So
talked about that, but
they-
it's not necessarily, because it's not a solid axle.
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
Well,
Is it
they
the
s-
motors
so
spin
there's-
synchronously.
I mean, it depends on what the drivetrain actually is. If there's motors at each wheel, they'll just synchro each wheel, or maybe it's two motors like the 4xe,
Yeah.
and they may actually have an e-locker, and it could be an e-locker like the Commander and a Quadradrive 2 system uses, where it grabs it with the brakes and equalizes it out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It could be. There's so many different things, but they have reported. I'm gonna, because they're putting a terrain management system in it. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna say there's not gonna be a hardcore locker in it.
No.
Right.
It'll be something else. But I mean, if you've ever wheeled a Quadradrive 2 system, they're freaking phenomenal.
Yeah. So overall thoughts on these guys.
So I talked
It
to a
has a
gentleman
go
about
ahead.
the 4xe, just in general, the Wrangler, and I am becoming more and more all about it. I just can't afford it.
Right.
It has a frunk. Why would you not want it?
Oh, that's true. They did mention that it does have a frunk.
Yeah.
Like the whole area where the engine would be.
It's just a trunk.
It's a
Yep.
trunk.
It's a frunk. I dig it. I think it's cool. I do agree that it doesn't matter what you're into. This is the way of the future. I mean, we're gonna start making a transition. I don't know if it's gonna happen as fast as everybody says it's going to, because there's a lot of infrastructure that's missing. But you're gonna see a lot more of this stuff going forward, and we have to, because we have limited resources ultimately, and we've
Yeah.
got to stretch these resources out as long as we can. I don't know. I'd have to see one in person, drive it. The 4xe I've been doing a lot of research on lately.
I've driven one. It is a bat out of hell.
Oh, they're freaking rockets. But here's the thing about plug-in hybrids. The efficiency really is it depends on what kind of driving you do. And if you're running kids back and forth to school, or you work 10 minutes from home, that thing will get 40 miles to the gallon.
Right.
But if you drive like I do, you're doing 21 miles to the gallon, and I'm doing 19, 20 in my Jeep now, and it's, knew it was half the cost. So that's the funny thing about plug-ins. You really have to take a look at and whether or not you're gonna get your costs back based on how you use the vehicle. So there is a really good YouTube video out there, a guy, and I think this is probably the best real-world way to test them. He took his on a 4,500-mile road trip,
Yeah.
and it averaged 25 miles at a gallon.
All right.
So
Not bad, though.
no, but you also got to remember the price is through the roof, but there's a $7,500 tax rebate on it too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if you make Billy money,
No.
that's a huge difference in it.
Sandwich artist money? Come on, man.
But like the best sandwich artists.
Maybe.
I'm sold.
You want pickles on that?
I'm sold.
Salami.
I'm sold
Nice.
on the sandwich, and I'm sold on Jeep going EV.
I am too. I think I got to ease into this because I guess what I'm getting at is I've seen people that have spent the money on a 4xe.
It's like a cold pool. You just got to ease into it.
Yeah, and it didn't pan out to be what they thought it was going to be, and everybody loves them, but, people have the wrong idea about, it's not a Prius. Sorry, it's a big, heavy vehicle.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's a good point because they're not. Jeep has never been a light vehicle,
No.
right? On any model, it's
Nope.
never been
Even
a
the
light.
Renegade's kind of heavy.
It's so you kind of have to take that with what it for
Yep.
what it's worth, right?
Yep. So
Oh,
I
cool.
just don't. Let me tell you, if the prices were the same as what I'm paying for mine a month, I'd jump ship now probably for a 4xe.
Yeah.
But it's not the case, and I'm just not booting out any more money.
I hear you.
Not right now.
I hear you. All right, cool. Thanks for doing the research on that.
Yeah.
I know I watched it live that morning, live-ish,
You're
however
such
it was.
a Jeep dork, Jeep nerd.
What? So it's interesting because I watched an Apple presentation the day before or 2 days before, and I watched this and I go, man, even their mannerisms, they're trying to copy a
I
lot
know
of the
they
stuff
are.
that Apple
It does,
was doing.
doesn't it seem a lot like it?
It does, and and the head of Jeep, is from Sweden or
Yeah.
Norway or somewhere in that
I don't know, he's
neighborhood,
fancy.
real fancy,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of Europeans doing the demos and
Yeah.
stuff. Cool, dig it. But Jeep is synonymously American.
Mm-hmm.
There literally needs to be the boss
And he was
doing the delivery.
He was on there
Yeah, but I mean, he needs to be the one.
doing the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like no, I mean Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
You know?
I thought you were
So-
talking
so-
about the
John,
head
they
engineer.
need to pull John Wayne out of the
Right,
damn
right.
earth,
Right.
and he needs to be doing the Jeep presentation. It needs to be. That was my only complaint with it, is Jeep, not Stellantis, but Jeep is so rooted in American lore, and it's such an American brand. They're manufactured here in America. I think
Well, they're-
Stellantis missed out on an opportunity to kind of.
There may be some financial reason for that, and they have a hell of a financial plan, Stellantis, for the next 5 years. Like major increase
Yep.
Yeah.
in
I would agree with that.
Market share.
But do you know how to get Americans to buy American? To make it feel like it's American.
Well, I think they've already done
We're not
that.
going
Now they're
into this
reaching
one.
into another crowd.
Maybe.
And I think because they've got a lot of expensive vehicles now.
Well, also they're trying to
that's
cater
true.
to the laws that are being placed too.
Yeah. True. With that.
But then
yeah, absolutely.
so what bothered me was, she. Sorry, I was reading a text.
Yeah.
About the dog. They go ahead and they're like going through puddles at 120 and doing donuts in the
Right,
dirt
right.
and all the things that we're like don't do. This is what ruins our
Right.
availability to be on land and so
There is some not tread. They're treading slightly.
treading slightly.
Tread
yeah.
slightly.
I just I mean, not that it really bothered me, but it's like, come on, somebody make up their mind about what we're supposed to be doing here. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Go support us on Patreon. That's
That's what we're
what
supposed to be doing.
That's literally all we need you to do.
Yep. Head over to our Patreon page. Just patreon.com. Search Jeep Life Podcast.
Go look at the link tree.
linktr
Dot.
.ee/Jeep Life Podcast. You're going to get hooked up with all of our awesome websites, and also head over to our YouTubes. We got lots of new videos coming out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
100%.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. With all your up-to-date news, not late predictions. We're the Jeep Life Podcast. Here's a big Jeep wave to you, everybody. Have a good night. Oh, all right, good show, everybody. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, it's funny. Mike talking about the efficiency and stuff. And then he drives a 392. It's not lost. The irony is not lost on me on that one. But yeah, to be honest with you, they both will slam your head back to the
They definitely will.
headrest and make you giggle like a schoolgirl.
Yep.
Anyway, hey guys, thanks for hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you next week. All right, see you guys.